What's up, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Money. Anytime that I ask you guys to subscribe to this channel, I usually give you three reasons. The first one starts off with to grow your wealth, and that's pretty self-explanatory. This is a money finance channel, and if I wasn't trying to give that to you, then what would be the point at all? The second reason I give you guys is usually increase your success, and that's what I want to talk about today, is a way that I have increased my success, and it is by living just outside of my comfort zone. Anytime that you can step outside of your comfort zone in a controlled, calculated manner, you can really move your life forward into areas that you want to move into and things that you never even thought that you would be into. So I want you guys to make that like button very uncomfortable by smashing it, and let's talk about moving outside of your comfort zone to increase your success. So guys, all around you is your comfort bubble. It's the things that you are familiar with that don't scare you in any way, don't challenge you in any way. It's what keeps you on the couch instead of going to the gym. It's what keeps you in your crappy job instead of seeking out that new job that you want in that career field that you're interested in. It's what keeps you from going after that promotion that will get you more money. It's what keeps you from investing in that stock or that ETF that you've been looking at that you're pretty sure is a sure thing. It's what keeps you from approaching that guy or girl that you like. It's what keeps you from purchasing that piece of real estate that you think will bring you extra income and bring you closer to that financial freedom. The third reason that I give you guys to subscribe to this channel. And what I wanted to say is that comfort is the enemy. Comfort will keep you grounded and anchored to where you are right this second. I found in my life that the biggest strides that I have ever made in my personal life, in my career, in my investing and business life have always been when I have stepped outside of my comfort zone and I have just forged forward, even though I might be scared of something, I might not know all the details, and there is a chance of failure and it could be embarrassing. Every time that I've done that in a calculated manner, it has almost always paid off massively to the positive. And everything is scary until you've done it. You know, a lot of times people get in their comfort zone and they think about something that they think they might want to do, and then they just build it up in their head and they build up all the obstacles and all the things that could go wrong, and they've come up with this big giant cloud of doubt and negativity, and it's hard to break through that, and it's scary. But then once you actually do the thing that you're thinking about doing, you're like, that wasn't so bad. Like it was like the first time you got on a roller coaster, or the first time that you purchased a house or invested in the stock market or a piece of real estate or whatever. It could be, personal, getting married, having kids. Doesn't make any difference. Usually once you have done it and you look back on it, you're like, that wasn't that bad, because you looked at the risks and you looked at it and you took a calculated view of the things that you wanted to do and you did them and it ended up working out fine. And one of the biggest things is for a lot of stuff is that you will never be ready. You're over here in your comfort zone, you're thinking about this thing that you want over here, and you're like, if I can just put in the research and I can get it nailed down and I know and whatever, there will always be some variable out there that you can't control, and you'll never be ready until you've done it and you've been in the situation. Like, for example, you can invest in a stock or an ETF, and it could be the day before the big crash. It could go down 50%, it could go down 20%, whatever. It probably won't, though. It will probably go up in value over time. You could be thinking about this piece of real estate that you want to buy, and it could be a lot of money for you, and you've done the math and you've said it's going to cost this much, it's going to cost us this much a month, utilities are going to cost us this much. I've put in the research, I've looked at comparables. I think that it's going to be able to rent for plenty to cover the mortgage, and we have a little bit of reserve, so even if something does go wrong, we can go for it for a while, but there'll still be that lingering bit of doubt. And like I said, over here is where you want to be, but over here is comfortable. It's nothing, you're not going to have to put out any effort. It's not going to cause any pain for you. It's not going to cause any, discomfort. But without the pain here in the middle, there's no gain over here. And you'll never, ever be ready if you just sit there and think about it and don't act on the things that you want to do. So the thing that we want to do is we want to try to mitigate that fear and get you from your comfort zone in the middle here to being uncomfortable to over here where you are going to see the results of your actions. And the way that you do this is that you just put in the research for whatever it is that you are thinking about doing. You get an idea of the cost and the risk involved in any of these actions that you make. So for example, if you're looking to invest in the stock market in an ETF, you can say, this is the track record of this stock. This is how the market usually goes. It almost always goes up over time. As a matter of fact, it always goes up over time, the market as a whole. And you say these people are making this product and it's in demand and they have a history of making products that are in demand, like a P&G or Johnson & Johnson or whatever, Ford, GM, Toyota. They have this track record. They've had a consistent dividend. And you say that I can put this money in, the risk of losing it is low, and you can start making those returns in your dollars. Same thing with investing in real estate. You can see how much the building's going to cost. You can see what your down payment's going to be. Insurance, utilities. You can see what it's going to rent for. And then you can look at that spread and say, I think that this is reasonable. And it goes with anything else in life. Buying your first home, picking a spouse, having children. You can look at these things and try to take in all the variables at once. But the thing that you don't want to get caught up in is analysis paralysis, where you just want to consume more and more, and you want to be 100% sure, because it will never happen. You will never, ever be 100% sure. You don't even know if you go to the drive-thru and buy, the number 5 off of the menu, you're not 100% sure that you're even going to get everything that you ordered in the sack. So how can you be 100% sure on anything else? And this is where analysis paralysis comes in, is where you are just continue to read and read. Once you have more than enough information to make the decision, and you just continue to go on and on, and you feel like you're making progress, but you're really not. You're not getting any more real information. You're not getting any more sure. You just have to make that leap and do the actual thing that you want to do. And that is how you are going to get through that fear. You just have to do the action. It's like standing at the top of the high dive board the first time you go off. You can rationalize it all you want. You've seen kids do it 1,000 times. They all end up fine. You can swim very well. There's lifeguards and whatever. Until you actually make that jump, you will not know how, the results really will be, and they'll probably be fine. Things will likely be okay if you took an honest look at the variables beforehand and, made an informed decision. So if you know for a fact that you can rent this house for XYZ dollars and it's only going to cost you this much, go for it. Do it, and, get in the motion of doing it, because that is how you will get over that fear and act and put yourself outside of that comfort bubble and really move yourself forward. So how do you get the motivation to move forward through that fear and act and get, into your uncomfortable zone a little bit? One way I like to do this is not to look at what the best case scenario would be for like an investment. I like to look at what the very worst case scenario is. And I try to think about what the worst reasonable case scenario is. Because, for example, if you invest in a stock or an ETF and it's a good company, or an ETF where it's made up of a bunch of companies, it's probably not going to go to zero. You're probably not going to lose all of your money. The stock market always goes up over time, unless otherwise it would be like a worldwide disaster where money is not even a thing anymore, and we're bartering with bullets and alcohol or something like that. But I like to look at the reasonable worst case scenario. And a lot of times when I do that, I'll find that the real estate investment that I'm looking at, I say the worst case scenario, I cover cost on this, and it appreciates a little bit in the time that I have it, and the note gets paid down a little bit, and I get some tax benefits off of that, and in the end, I may not make a ton of money, but I'll probably still make money. And even if I lose a little bit of money, I'll at least have the experience of doing that for the first time. Maybe I can learn where I went wrong in the future, or I can at least just say, I tried, it didn't work out, but man, I actually tried, and that's a pretty cool thing to be able to say for anyone that tries something outside of their normal, go to school, go to college, work until you're almost dead, and then die type of life. So if you can think of things in just like a reasonable worst case scenario, a lot of times that it will actually it makes me feel a lot better about the things that I want to do that are just definitely far outside of my comfort zone. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to try to reasonably live outside of your comfort zone, and just keep moving yourself forward by doing that the good due diligence on the things that you want to invest in or whatever in your personal life. And if you can see that it's probably gonna have a good outcome, go ahead and push through it. Give it a shot. Live outside your comfort zone, and I guarantee you that good results and good things will come to you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe. Grow your wealth, increase your success, put you on the road to financial freedom. I appreciate you guys watching today, and I'll see you in the next one.